All right. Good morning, everyone. Got a little remix going on this morning. That is. Oh, that's on. All right, guys. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is. Welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew here, and also streaming on TradingView here. Let me lower that. All right, guys. So, all right, a lot to cover here. Beautiful Monday. Hope you guys caught the waves on Friday. We set up the trades perfectly. All right, so let's find out what's going on. End of month coming on this week. I just got off a call this morning, and something crazy. I don't know. There's a rumor on the street that there's a fund ready to buy the XPX 7% this week. Don't know if it's true, but we'll see. Again, we'll see. I don't really believe everything we hear, but that's the rumor on the street, 7% to buy. What are we looking at right now? We're looking at oil, guys. We're looking at oil. S&P hit our numbers. The numbers we hit on Patreon. Again, we said it was going to go to 39.50, 39.60. Might find some sellers there. And ultimately, it did. So let me go to E-minis here real quick. Let's go to E-minis. E-minis, so far, the overnight action in China got bought up. We saw this. We got off our Patreon class. We saw this opening. We saw the setup here. And again, the setup, if you trust the setup and you see these, this was good from, a good 40 to 50 points. If you were trading last night, I wasn't. But that's the setup. If we see that during the trading days, this is where we're going to take opportunity. But basically, we see the range coming in, that the value range that the China market is giving us right now is 39.48 and 39.18, with the majority of trades happening at 39.33. All right, we did have a level up there that we gave 39.50 to 39.60, and see how it reacts there if it can break through. But right now the market is reacting like normal, like it just had a big push, guys. So it's just gonna find some balance and some range right now. So let's see how low it can go. Last night I said possibly can maybe I'll be looking at if it goes to 38.85, I might entertain that. So maybe 3900, 38.85. Let's see what happens. Let it pull back, let it come back, let it come back, let it come back. Remember, all things go up, all things go down. Right now, if we're looking at this at this moment of time in the 15-minute time frame, it looks like it just broke the 50. Might break it. Maybe go down to 39.12. Maybe to the levels of the China market of 38.98. And if that doesn't hold, it can come down to this 38.85. Either one of those levels, I'm going to be looking at the reactions. So far, the market is robust. And if we look at it from this point of view, again, these did break on the daily time frame on the E-minis, hitting his head at my level. That's the level that we drew last night, or I drew during the day. Good bounce off this demand area. Amazing bounce off this demand area. And now let's see where we can go. We're really close to that 4,000. Is the bottom in? Don't know. We'll see. Is the bottom in? Let me get rid of myself here. I don't really need to see myself. Okay. So is the bottom in? Great question. Don't know, but we'll see how this reacts. We had a nice run, guys. A nice run from the bottom. 36.41 so far today to 39.47. Roughly, we're looking at about 400 points. So another 7%, that would put us, just to kind of give you an example what 7% looks like. 7% from here will put, wow, 7% from here would put us right at 4191, 4200, which is far-fetched. Is it going to happen this week, though? Don't know. That's a lot of buying. Remember, we're still in the middle of rebalance this week for the Russell, and then end of month, they start rebalancing end of month as well. So there is a possibility maybe that could happen. But maybe not. We'll see. We don't take a word for anything, but that's what I'm noticing right now. Again, as far as the overall market posture, just looking at the standard XPX and the Russell and the NASDAQ, we see that all of them had a nice bounce really nicely here. So bounce really nicely. Happy with these bounces. Let's see how far it can go. Good morning, Josh. Good morning. Let's see how far it can go. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at, okay, so we got Russell activity rebalancing. This thing looks like it could probably rally a little bit up, maybe to that 1840, and the NASDAQ to 12,537. and the XPX has this gap to fill. And you can see it clearly here at 39.73 is where it starts, and it goes to about 4,015. Let's round it out to 4,000. XPX likes to go to round numbers, so we know that. We do see the greed, the greed and fear indicator start going into the high zones, coincidentally, as we're approaching these levels up there. So let's start putting the pieces together. Remember, I said on Friday, or I said it last week on my chat, that basically I wouldn't, if the sell would not come at these levels. The sell would come at these levels while everybody's not expecting it. It's not going to come when everybody expects it. So just know that. Stop thinking like a retail. Start thinking like a institutional trader. All right, let's identify supply and demand. Those are the areas there. As far as the XPX, we can tell we're probably going to open a little higher, and you can see it clearly here on the XPX, 39.57 to about 4,019. We're going to open today, right now, if we're open 39.21, so that puts us at 39.31. So it puts us right in this range right here. So we're opening above Friday's close, Friday's weekly close as well. So just to put things into perspective for you, the boxes are the weekly closes, right? And the days is the day closes. So we're opening up right now above Friday's close. Can we hold that? And can we take that out? We don't know right now. The markets are pulling back as expected. Let's see where the open is. We have about another 30 plus 20, another 50 candles on the 1 minute time frame. If I go to E-minis and I convert that to the 1 minute, just to give you an idea of what that's going to look like, and it's right here, and that's the 1 minute time frame. So operation of the sell-off did start around 39.30, and now it's still commencing. So it's still going lower. It's trying to find some buyers at 39.18. Let them take it down. Let's see where it can set us up maybe for a possibility, and see if that 7% is true. But we're looking for the squeezes, and that's the beyond charts method. All right, as far as other things in the news here, if we look at SPY, remember, I trade SPY and XPX off the E-mini charts just because I get more information, more data. But if you feel more comfortable trading SPY, then SPY is just started being active recently. We got some spikes here. I think it's choppy action, 6. When does SPY become active? At 4 a.m. So as soon as the China market closes, SPY becomes active. So key level to watch here is the China Open, which was 33.92, and see if we can take that out. If we can take that out today, then more likely we're going to leave way to 400. All right, let's put those pieces together. But it's trying to find some buyers here at 390. What did I say? I always get confused here. I said 38.85. So that's 33.88. So 388, it's right here. That's what I'm looking at potentially to see it to where it can go. Right in there, maybe coming to the 50. Let's see how that sets up. And we'll start looking at the internals, market internals, which I showed you last night, to see how strong this market open is going to be. All right. As far as the VIX, again, we called this out last week beautifully. Last week, the VIX, again, broke these levels, also confirming the market internals, also confirming the movement in the price action of the demand zone, that it was very powerful and it was coming down. We have a little bit of fear coming in this morning compared to the extension of last Friday. Doesn't think this will change, but if we start breaking the lows here and we start going higher, now 7% is true, then more than likely you're going to see, and I just put an alert right here, at 28.87, we're going to take out these lows. If that 7% is true, you're going to see the VIX break this, and that should give you extra confirmation that we're going higher, right? If you're going to wait. So we're going to see that. As far as the 10-year note, right, this is the opposite of the TLT. It just does the opposite. So we don't want the TLT or the 10-year note. We don't want this to go higher. Because if this starts climbing higher, then that means the TLT, the bond market, is selling off. Okay, there's other notes, the treasury notes. That means that these rates are going higher and the notes are going lower, the TLT. So TLT, I think it's, let me see if I have it here. TLT, TLT bond market is that's the notes. This is a 10-year note. So again, we want it above 110. Anything below 110 can be dangerous for the U.S. dollar. So just know that. I don't watch it all the time, but I do watch the VIX, or I keep an eye on it. And the 10-year, sorry, the TNX is the opposite of TLT. Right now, this is the 10-year note. Again, if you haven't heard this before, but this is what they charge. The 30-year mortgages is on. Okay, it's right there. All right. As far as Bitcoin, same thing as the XPX. So if it rallies, XPX is going to rally. I have it on the 1 month just because I don't trade it. And if you're a long-term investor, look, it's at the 50. It's a good place to add 20,000. I feel like if I wrote in the Patreon, if it doesn't get above 22, I think it could probably keep revisit these lows of 17.5, and we'll see what that happens there. Ethereum again at the 50 and the monthly time frame, and MicroStrategy is at the mercy of Bitcoin. All right, so there you have it. As far as things that I see in play here, Google is very, very strong, guys. Google is looking strong. I actually noticed it yesterday in the Patreon, our weekly webinars, or weekly, I guess it's not webinar anymore, Zoom calls, that we noticed that Google was one of the strongest fangs out there, comparative speaking. As we saw that in the indexes, we saw in the ETFs and the indexes in the S&P 500, that the information sector was being bought, and Google is a big part of that. So let's take a look at Google real quick, and let's see what's going on here. So we did see a beautiful squeeze as the SPX happened on Friday. I know a couple of guys in the class took that, and great trade. I talked about premium spikes. It's a little bit overextended right now. I will like the overall market is pulling back. Google's not pulling back though. Google's holding pretty strong, so that's a positive. The MACDs here are telling me that it does need to pull back. Let's see how far it can go. Maybe to this 23.59, 23.40, right in here, maybe 23.27, 23.30. If it can hold that, then that's a possibility for another crack at it on the go. If I start looking from an hourly perspective, again, we got a nice move close to the 50. It is overextended here, but we can probably get another continuation. It looks like it's coming to the end, or maybe another crack, maybe at that 23.30. We'll see. So again, that's how we put it together. And if we look at the daily perspective, just to show you where we're at, we just broke the 50. So that's a buy signal, and we got a fresh set of MACD for my long-term investors. Okay, so this is a beyond charts long-term investing buy signal, and we're about to break out here. So again, and Google, remember, Google does make money, and we saw that institutions are buying this. This was at 30,000. This thing got hammered. And again, not trying to sell you Google. I'm just trying to give you the facts here. Google has sold off about 33%. Okay, so don't know what's going to happen with Google, but it looks like institutions are buying it at this point of view. Again, does that mean you want to buy now? And if you're looking to get a better position, maybe you look at the hourlies or the 15-minute time frame for it to pull back and to get in and get a better price. All right, but that's Google there, and that's how we see. As far as Tesla, Amazon looks beautiful. I like the squeeze that's occurring here. Look at this beautiful squeeze that occurred 2 days ago, and it just rally, bounce. Are we going to get another one here? Don't know at Amazon, but Amazon's not going to move as much, guys, because of the 2020 stock split. So this normally would have been, so this is what, a 9 to 916, 60. So this is roughly what, 7 points. 7 times 2, that would have been 140 points before the split. But right now, it's only 7 points. Just to give you an idea that you're not going to get those 140 point movements anymore on Amazon. Now they're going to be 20, maybe. 9, 7. Tesla is going to move though. So if you want looking for a mover, Tesla, let's look at it from a daily perspective here, guys. So Tesla is looking good. A lot of buying activity. That's 618. We see Tesla. Tesla gives me the feeling that they're probably going to miss earnings for some reason. This is just a gut feeling, but I think that they're going to guide up, which is a positive, because remember, the market always wants to know what are you going to do in the future. and it kind of will dismiss what's happening right now as long as you have a positive outlook in the future. So that's what I'm noticing on Tesla as far as the price action. 788 is here, and we're going to see it go on a daily perspective. If it can take out 790, it kind of leaves way to this 800. I think 800 is probably the near future, but we're seeing very positive activity in Tesla at this moment of time. So again, if we start looking at the hourlies here, and again, this is the Beyond Charts method, we noticed that we like to get in at the 50, and we saw positive activity here. I actually did call some of these plays here, but you know, we're heavily traded in the SPX and E-minis and SPY. But right now, if this pulls back, let's see if it can probably pull back to this levels here, maybe 720, 730, 719. Somewhere to see how it reacts there, and that could probably lead way if the markets that 7% is true, and the markets are being bullish, then yeah, I think 800 is pretty close in the near future for Tesla. What else do we have? Apple, again, nice run here on Apple. Again, it's not going to move. Remember, these guys did 20 to stock splits as well, so that's why Apple only moves about $5. Normally used to move a lot better than that, but those days are gone. So you have Apple, but pretty good. Apple is a good indicator. I think watch Apple at the end of July. That's a big event. CPIs are not really 100%, remember. So we're going to be looking at Apple to give us an indication of how well the economy is doing, and that's going to be earnings sometime at the end of July. So watch that. CMG again rallying. Okay, I thought CMG, you know, nice little rally here. And again, this thing can all change, guys. And I'm gonna go over it, so don't fall in love. You know, the chips are doing well. We got Micron doing earnings on Friday. Micron MU, that's a chip. Remember, we're gonna be listening to what they are gonna say. If they say anything negative, they're gonna crater all the chips. Remember, Lam Research. You know, all the chips. NVIDIA. I had a chip page I can. That we have. So remember, Shopify, let me go Shopify. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs. All right, let's talk about Goldman. Remember, if the banks are up, and Tuesday's a big day tomorrow because they're going to give an announcement here. But let's look at Goldman here, guys. Goldman, you know, Goldman, we want to look at Goldman. Wow, this is like weird. That looks weird. Goldman being bought. Okay, that's a big institutional buying. Let's see what happens at that 310. If Goldman can take out 310, it's going to leave way to 330. Okay, so that's Goldman. Goldman has those numbers about 306, 309. If it can start taking that out, see how it reacts to those levels, it can open up to about 330. Okay, and also beyond charts trading method, we got a fresh set of MACDs, starts breaking that. That could be a new swing in a longer term investment style. So maybe a swing, right? Or if you're looking to add into a position. And remember, this thing has also been down quite some time. So again, you're just noticing what institutions are doing. Let's see what happens here. But again, we'll see. Let me go back to the 50-minute time frame. Let me go to hours here. Hourlies just broke out. It can maybe have a continuation pattern, and this is where we go into the 15-minute. 15-minute. Let's see how low it can go. Let's say 300, and see how it reacts there. If the market becomes bullish, remember the MACD should confirm. It should come down. It's coming down. Let it come down, and then if it stays above zero, and you see it kind of just chilling here, and then turning, looking at the market internals, this can give you a signal in there. So that's how we start putting stuff together. Remember, you don't need to trade everything. Just pick the ones that are you're most comfortable with. Some people trade SPX because they're okay with the volatility of, you know, those dollar movements. Some people trade SPY because it's less volatile in the option pricing. All right, what else we got that I'm looking at? Netflix looks good here. Nice squeeze. Probably going to pull back here. Roku, same type of action. These guys kind of trade in tandem. This is 100. This is $191 stock. NVIDIA pulling back a little bit. Mercado Libre, Intuitive, everything's going up. Shopify, Wednesday, announces the split. So Shopify looks like it probably has 400 in the near sights. And remember, once again, after the split, this thing is done. It's not going to move as well as it did. And I'm going to show you the move at 363 to the highs of 388. You're looking at 20-point moves. Those days are going to be gone after the split, because after the split, we're looking at 50 cents, $1, $2, you know, so you're not going to get those $23 moves, $23 moves anymore. So enjoy Shopify. If it pulls back here around 385 and the market's bullish, it probably has 400 in its sights. So again, this is pre-market, split theory. They usually run it up before split. After the split, it's a whole different story. But we have that. So there's a lot of here things that you can, if you want to get into, that we can manage. Oil now, oil's creeping up, guys. So oil's at 108. If oil can break down 100, then that also is going to coincide with that 7% rally rumor. Remember, it's a rumor. Don't know if it's true, but this is why we have my alerts up here. If oil starts breaking 116, we can also tank again. So again, stay frosty, guys. As far as what I'm noticing here in the markets, before I leave you guys, what is the play today? So we're still in the bottom range here of the China market right here of 39.18. Let's see what happens here. Let me see what my internals are telling me. My internals are on so far. Yes, my internals are on. So what do we have here? We're above the value from Friday's close, 39.18, value high, and 39.84, 39.96 are the lows here. So we're right on par with what I said. 39.84 is what I was looking. That's on the upside. 39.96 on the upside. So close. We're close to the top side. All right, that's what we have here. These will turn on as soon as the market opens. But right now, let's take a look. Let's add some. I'm still going to probably be looking at July 15th because that's a good round number. Remember, 4th of July is a short week. So it's up to you guys. I'm going to be looking probably in the 415, 420. So I'm not going to hold them very long. Somewhere in the 50 to maybe, no, those are going to be $1. Probably 415 will be $1. 420 is around 50 cents. Maybe even the 410, depending where we're at, and see how this runs. That's what I'm going to be looking at for today. And if you're trading SPX, just add a 0. So 41.50, that's around the same price range. 44.10, that's 44.10, that's 4100. Okay, and it's up to you guys. So remember, on the downside, don't know yet. I have to look at where the market, where the premiums are at right now. But the VIX is low right now. Right now VIX is low. So, I like buying puts when the VIX is low. Let it come down a little bit more. If it's come down to 23, right at these levels, it's a good time to add puts just for a safety measure, because if it goes down, you just bought cheap puts, right? If the market goes down, not the VIX. But right now, if it starts going down, your puts are going to decline really, really fast. All right. Yeah. As far as the 7%, I said it was a rumor on the phone call that I got today. That there was a 7%. There's a fund that's going to buy 7%. They're predicting 7% in the SPX today. Rumor, okay, quote unquote rumors. Okay, just want to make sure 7%. We want to be clear with that. Okay, got that. The 7% on the Ethereum. Yeah, we can look at Ethereum. Let me see Ethereum. Ethereum right now, again, the key concept with Ethereum is that Ethereum doesn't move on its own. So, I mean, you have to be conscientious of other stuff, because that's going to give you your crystal ball into how Ethereum is going to move. But if Ethereum moved by itself, which it doesn't, but if it did, this is what I would say. I say that it's squeezing probably to the downside, looking like it's probably going to base here. There could be a short squeeze. Again, Ethereum doesn't move that way, but this is predicament of a short squeeze. So we ran up. There's some short sellers here, short sellers there, short sellers there. If the overall market becomes bullish, and those short squeezes are going to be taken out. Actually, Ethereum does trade futures, so then the futures, this is where I would operate my short squeeze if I was trading Ethereum. So on the 1 hour time frame. On the 15-minute time frame, again, same type of price action. We have this rally. If the SPX goes up, I think that Ethereum could probably go up, and we're probably looking at 1238 if I was trading this. I'm not trading this, guys, because I'm also trading on streaming on streaming view. So this is not any suggestion to buy or recommend to buy anything. I do not trade Ethereum. Just want to be clear on that. I strictly trade XPX and E-minis and SPY as far as this. But as far as if you were to trade Ethereum, this is what I would be looking at those levels. And the 50-day will let you know if we're going down. Right now, it's consolidating. We'll see what happens, but it's at the mercy of the overall market. As far as the daily, we have a fresh to the MACD. More likely, it's probably going to open up to probably this 1682 throughout some moment of time. And again, 1 hour. This is 1 hour. This is 15-minute time frame. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we can just look at that. 15 hours are showing me both the same thing. Probably some weakness here. Let's see how it reacts at 1200. It's consolidating, and again, you have to watch the other markets too here, guys. So just watch the E-minis. That's my 2 cents here. Is just watch the E-minis. All right, that's all we have, guys. So let's go back to my trading style, which is here, and let you guys know what I'm looking at here, because this is where I'm going to be paying my attention on. But let's take a look. Right now, E-minis are dropping. Again, I said 3,900, 3,885 is where I'm going to be taking a good look at it. And 3,885 will put me right in here, and we'll see, and then we'll see. Good luck, everyone, guys. That is all we have. Go out there, go get it. It is now 8:57. I went 7 minutes too long. I'm trying to keep this short and simple and sweet, but I gave you a lot. If you guys want access to special material, to the journals, which I'm going to put out, to a lot of other different cool ideas of how to trade short squeezes, I'm going to put that out too, and how to set up your market internals. Join the Patreon group if you want. A lot of free stuff there as well. If you want to support the page, it's only $5. If you want to join the class, that's additional. But all right, go out there, go get it. And all right, I'll see you in the chat, guys. Bye-bye.